Turning now to developing news, a pair of shark attacks that we've been covering out of coastal North Carolina. Two young swimmers losing an arm each in two separate attacks over the past several days. Francis is back now with a deep dive into how common this really is as many people start to ramp up for their summer vacations.
Yeah, especially when they hit the beaches there. Well, Thomas, keep in mind here that most unprovoked shark attacks, they happened here in our own backyard in the United States and the University of Florida. They have records on shark attacks since the year 1580. It goes that far back, if you can believe it. So let's show you what they found, and let's start with this world map. As you can see by the numbers here, look, the United States, they take the lead with more than 1,100 attacks, and Hawaii is in a category in itself with 136 of those attacks. But Australia, all the way on the other side of the world, they hold the distinction of having the most fatal attacks. Of the 572 attacks since 1580, more than a quarter have been fatal. Now let's take a deeper dive into the shark attacks in the continental United States and take a look at this breakdown here in the colors specifically. You see in red, Florida. It tops the list with 717 unprovoked attacks since 1837. And then all the way to the west coast, California with 114, and also South Carolina. You can see those states represented in orange. North Carolina, where most of the recent attacks have happened, they are in fourth place with 52, and all of the states you see in blue, you know, Texas, North Carolina, Georgia here, they have between 10 and 75 attacks, and the states in green, the lowest, between 1 and 9. Now let's take a look at the trend of shark attacks over the last several years based on this chart. Last year, 2014 here, there were 72 unprovoked shark attacks worldwide. That's down from the year before, 2013. But as you can see, there's kind of an upward tick since 2009. That was the lowest then at 68. But you can see that's still going up. And generally, as attendance at beaches have risen, so have the shark attacks. So, Thomas, obviously these young people here who hit the beach, the latest in a string of attacks, lucky to be alive. The last shark attack fatality in the continental United States was pretty recent. If you think that they've been taking these records since the 1500s, that last one was in 2012, Thomas.
Still gets everybody's attention about what happened this weekend. We'll talk about that more coming up. Francis, thanks so much. Dr. Reese-Halter is a conservation biologist, and he joins us now from Los Angeles. Doctor, does it surprise you at all that these attacks, when we talk about Oak Island, North Carolina, were so close in proximity and timing?
Not really. Good afternoon, Thomas. Look, you've got a probability of 1 in 11.5 million of having an encounter, an accident with a shark. I think to set the stage straight, sharks are doctors of the sea. Look, their role is to keep their populations of prey fit by culling the old, weak, and sick. Over the last 15 years, humans have removed 1.5 billion sharks from the seas. So, keeping that in mind, what we think is happening is there's a burgeoning recreational fishing industry that's attracting the sharks. You have to understand, as predators, and they've been around for 400 million years, by the way, they can smell 1 part per million of blood. So they're being drawn into these crafts. There's more people going into the water. When you're in the water thrashing around, most of the incidents happen when you're surfing. You appear to a shark as though you're a seal or a sea lion in distress. When they move in, they clamp down, they bite you, the first thing they do is they go and spit out the bone. There's no fat.
So, Doctor, what's the best advice, though, for people that are concerned about the best time to swim and what advice they should give to their kids?
You know, you've got to be very careful. We've got, along this beach in North Carolina, I would think twice before going in for the next couple days. In the meantime, just enjoy being near the shores, and I don't think we need to get into this Hollywood Jaws thing. Sharks aren't looking for people to eat.
Dr. Reese-Halter, thank you, sir, for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Thomas.